There are 7 wonders of the world, and if you're one of the lucky few, maybe you get a chance to see them all in your lifetime. Or you could be like me and want to go to all 54 Buc-ee's locations within a 2-week period and think that's pretty cool. That's right, Buc-ee's, the world's biggest and most over-the-top gas stations, have 54 different stops, and over the next 15 days, I'm gonna get more familiar with beavers than I ever have.
Hey, yo!
This is not directly an eating challenge like my other pointless videos, and the only 2 rules I have to follow during this 2-week trip is I have to go to all 54 locations and get a personalized souvenir from each stop. So that way you guys know I'm not faking this. And actually, right before I started this challenge, I thought there was only 51 locations, but just like with everything in life, I was wrong. Because in 2025, Buc-ee's opened 3 brand new locations in Mississippi, Virginia, and Georgia. The Mississippi one opened right before I started this journey, but the other 2 opened after I was supposed to finish my 2-week trip. The Virginia location I will go to after a 3-day break from the big 2-week trip. The other one in Georgia will just be future Joey's problem. The day before starting this project, I drove to my cousin's house in Missouri.
How? Already? How?
And I saw a Buc-ee sign that was 571 miles away from a location. You can tell it's 571 miles away because that's what the sign says. For some reason, Buc-ee's wasn't keeping in mind food and travel YouTubers when they were putting in these locations, because they have a location in Springfield, Missouri, and one in Johnstown, Colorado. Those are unbelievably far away from where Buc-ee's was started in Southeast Texas. Why the f are these locations existing? Unsure, but it is good for the plot.
That young Sir Yacht. Where are you at, Patrick? Is that you?
Yeah.
Bro.
The very next day, and day 1 of my beaver escapades, I flew from St. Louis to Denver to get the flying portion of the trip out of the way, and the rest of it will just be me in my car with only my intrusive thoughts. I'm definitely going to spiral. After landing in the Mile High City, I got in my rental car and drove about an hour up to Johnstown, Colorado.
Good to be in Colorado, baby. And even better to be going to the first of 54 Buc-ee's right now. Let's frickin' go.
And that right there is me realizing the fact that this will probably be the most excited you're ever going to see me the rest of the trip. And there it was, in all of its glory, my first of 54 Buc-ee stops. Whoa, I know it's exciting, but this is a family show right here, man. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be an incredibly difficult feat to pull off with an estimated 7,000 miles of driving ahead of me and also 1,500 miles of flying. But there were 2 motivating factors that were really motivating me. 1, I'm a dumb YouTuber and this is how I make a living. That's crazy. But 2, I partnered with an animal shelter in Youngstown, Ohio called the Animal Charity of Ohio with a goal of raising $10,000 for them. There's a dog I've gotten to know over the past 3 months there named Onyx, who's been at that shelter for 7 years. And since I'm not in the position currently to adopt Onyx, I'm going to make sure I do my best to raise awareness for the shelter and Onyx to help him get his forever home. For anybody that donated $100 or more while I was on the trip, I dedicated a Buc-ee stop to that person. So thanks to Dan Grieve for the $100 donation. The first stop is yours.
It's showtime, baby.
One of the craziest things about being a YouTuber is meeting people from the other side of the country that watch your stuff. Shout out Nate, who showed up to say hello, as well as Adam, who's actually from Northeast Ohio like me, and commemorated my first stop with a cool Polaroid photo.
Is there anything you want to say to the YouTube audience?
Yeah. Browns are gonna have a good season.
No.
Let's do it.
There's no shot.
I couldn't decide which Johnstown magnet to get, so in the very financially irresponsible manner I operate in, I got both. Now, for those who don't know about Buc-ee's, they are the world's largest travel stops and gas stations, many of them having 120 gas pumps, a bunch of beaver-themed souvenirs after their mascot Buc-ee, and plenty of food, including freshly prepared barbecue, jerky, and a bunch of other stuff I'll show you later on. Damn! Get it? Because damn, beaver dam? I hate myself. As far as the other food and souvenirs, I got myself a Texas cheesesteak burrito, the best food here in my completely unbiased opinion. Beaver nuggets, which are caramel-covered corn puff snacks. Roasted pecans. You gotta grapes, and not 1, but 2 USA Stitch t-shirts.
Oh my God, I'm getting both of them.
Whenever I'm at a Buc-ee's in the summertime, I always look for their USA Stitch t-shirts that they for some reason sell. Last year, I collected 3 of them at one location, and I already found 2 different ones at my first stop, so I'm hoping I get to see more the rest of the trip. Is that going to be, that could be a tax write-off. And after already spending $73.30 on the first of 54 stops, yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out, otherwise I'm f***ed. After seeing the bill, I went to Buc-ee's world-famous bathrooms and dropped one of my world-famous toilet exorcisms.
Where's my hug?
Before driving back to the Denver airport, dropping my rental car off, and flying back to my cousins in St. Louis for the night.
Dude, Canada has 0 Buc-ee's.
And did I spend an absurd amount of time and money on flying back and forth, driving, eating, and losing weight just to go to one of the 54 Buc-ee's locations on this trip? Yes. But also, come on, guys, I'm stalling. Somebody think of something positive. The next day, my cousins Patrick and Catherine escorted me to my car. I don't carry cash, but I did give them a tip. Get a job. Just kidding. Thank you guys very much. I love you. And said goodbye to them before driving 3 hours to my next stop, Springfield, Missouri. Wait, what does that sign say? It says keep friends close and jerky closer. Get your mind out of the gutter, you guys. Now, I've been to about 100 times more Buc-ee's than I have doctor appointments because I don't know how to schedule a doctor appointment. And from my experiences, I can let you guys know that the layout is pretty much the same at each location. Huh. That's probably going to get old real quick. Probably won't be mentally stable later on. Hannah came by to say hello and convinced me to get some strawberry-flavored yogurt pretzels, and I have no self-control, so I did. DJ and Julia drove up from Springfield, Illinois, just to meet me in Springfield, Missouri. Well, not really. The actual reason why they came here is because they adopted a wiener dog puppy named Frank, who actually might be the cutest dog ever. And then they saw I was here, so they came to say hello.
God, look at you. You're so cute. I thought I was going to get out of there unscathed, only spending $42.
Yeah, about that. I also got a lot of food. Here it is. And then I got another souvenir magnet and thought, what is another really convenient way to lose money? A souvenir bag, souvenir carrying bag. And then I also got gas, bringing my total to a measly $83.49.
Look, gas was only $2.50. What was I supposed to do?
If you are my CPA and you are watching this, please turn off the video immediately. It's only going to get worse, and we'll talk about this on Monday. In typical me fashion, I took another post-receipt viewing dump session and went about my merry way. Anxiously. And the worst news I could find out is that this location didn't have any other USA Stitch t-shirts besides the ones I got yesterday. In fact, I would find out on the rest of the entire trip that there were no other USA Stitch t-shirts besides the two I saw at the first location. That is totally not Ohana, you guys. This is the last day I was not going to be in Texas for about a week because the Lone Star State has 36 Buc-ee's locations and they're not going to visit themselves, you guys. That's impossible. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, in that case, hopefully their toilets are ready. On my way to the first Texas location, I stopped in Oklahoma City for the night, but before that, I went to Miami. Oklahoma, not Florida. Oklahoma. And I guess it's pronounced Miami, but I'm just going to call it Miami because it's more fun.
Miami. I hate myself.
I fucking hate myself. I pretended I was dancing to tropical club music with a pina colada in hand, but the only things I had in my hands currently were sweat and dermatitis. In Oklahoma City that night, the hometown Thunder were in the NBA Finals. I pretended to be a Thunder fan and cheered for them in a bar near my hotel.
Vibes are high, baby. Vibes are high.
And as a diehard OKC fan from June 13th, 2025 to June 14th, 2025, I was so excited to see my Thunder win, I started to pet some fans. Yeah, who's a good fan? In typical dude fashion, I became instant friends with 3 other dudes that I met literally 10 minutes ago. Mistakenly took a tequila shot, which is fine, but my throat was burning, and went back to my hotel to finish editing my fast food chicken YouTube video before heading out to Texas in the morning. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you guys about the dumbest thing I did earlier today that almost ruined the entire trip.
Hey, so I might be the dumbest person of all time. This is my truck, and I just took this gas pump off. It was in my truck still. I forgot to take it out.
I broke a gas pump at a gas station.
This is honestly maybe the dumbest thing I've done this year, which is saying a lot.
Please nominate me for Biggest Idiot of the Year. I would really like to win this award because I didn't take the gas pump and put it away before leaving, but apparently the pumps are supposed to come out if you do that, but they can also charge you like $500 for that as well. I don't want to pay that.
I just told the manager at this lovely Quick Trip what I did, and she looked at me like I'm the biggest fucking idiot ever, and she's not wrong. So I'm gonna get in my car and leave immediately.
I may have to be put on a government watch list. Each morning before departing for more beaver-themed gas stations, I would put together a daily recap of the day prior.
The first thing I did was destroy a toilet. The first thing I did was destroy a toilet.
And because of the amount of time I spent at Buc-ee's and traveling and the lack of sleep I was getting, that became increasingly difficult to pull off. Not really a huge deal, just want you guys to feel bad for me, again, for the plot. I had about a 4-hour drive that morning to the northern panhandle of Texas in a town called Amarillo, which I thought for a while was pronounced Amarillo, you know, like the Spanish color for yellow. But I was quickly corrected by people online, the very nice people online that aren't judgmental at all, that it's Amarillo. You fucking dumbass. To be honest with you guys, I was worried that people weren't going to really like me on this trip, and I just wanted to feel safe and comfortable, so I said a prayer to God and asked him, please show me a sign that I'd feel welcome. Well, extremely literal, but we'll take it.
You're a menace. I'm gonna park.
Shout out Aaron for making this amazing sign.
How long did it take you to make this masterpiece?
Dude, you're a professional dumbass.
Look at this
I'm a professional artist. So
Oh, this is much better than I can do.
I had a great time hanging out with and meeting some real ball knowers, including Tyler and Chloe, who also brought their wiener dog, and her name was Gretchen Wieners.
for you. And none for Gretchen Wieners. Bye.
Is this going to be a thing? Like, I feel like this might be a thing in this video. Hey everyone, it's me here from the future. It's gonna be a thing in this video. I then was financially irresponsible again in this video, but don't worry, I came out unscathed and only spending $79. Oh wait, no, sorry. That was only for the pickleball set I got. I actually spent $163.49 on food, souvenirs, pickleball gear, and gas. Hey guys, it's audience participation time. For the rest of the video, should I A, let you know how much I spent at each Buc-ee's location, or B, wait till the end to reveal how much I spent at all 54 locations combined? I haven't really figured out like the whole audience participation thing, so you guys can't really help me out here. So I'll just make the decision. I'll reveal it at the end.
I'm gonna remove it this time, I promise.
I then drove through the middle of nowhere, Texas, and since I drove through Texas on my 50 capitals in 30 days trip a year and a half ago, it was nice to know that I was still right. It's hard. Blah. The fourth Buc-ee's of the trip was in Fort Worth, Texas, and there were two things that I was not anticipating on this trip. First was the amount of people that I met that subscribed to the channel. Like, I just thought I'd meet like a few people at each spot, but there were a lot of people.
You are here and you're not getting anything. I have never been empty-handed at a Buc-ee's in my entire life.
And two, how many wiener dogs I would meet. I never thought about that either. Chuck and Lana are the third and fourth wiener dogs I met on this trip. And they also donated $100 to the animal shelter back home. Our philanthropic canine friends, we thank you. I also met my content creator friend Josh Benson, one of the funniest people I know.
Do you like dogs?
I have a wiener dog too.
Oh my
I'm a big wiener dog.
What is going on?
But like, seriously, what is going on? Is that a prerequisite for watching this channel that I didn't even know about? I went to my hotel to decompress and go to sleep after an extremely long day of driving through rural Texas. But don't worry about me, guys. I still somehow have 50 more locations to go to in the next 12 days. I don't think I'm going to be okay.
Oh man. This is a pretty exhausting trip right now, isn't it?
But enough about me looking like a modern sex symbol. It's time to go back to Buc-ee's, because I don't have a choice. I didn't want to let down Onyx, and I didn't want to let down the Animal Charity of Ohio. And also, when I commit to something, I commit to it 100% no matter what. After a lot of driving the past few days, I did have to go to 4 Buc-ee's, which would be the most I've visited in a day so far. But there was only 2.5 hours total of driving, so I kind of felt like it was an off day.
I'm going to 4 Buc-ee's today, but I have like 2.5 hours of driving, so it's kind of an off day.
Yeah, I know. I just said that. You guys are never going to believe this, but my first stop was a Buc-ee's, and it looked very similar to every other one.
My drive to this Buc-ee's was only 20 minutes today. That is fantastic.
And I met Maddie, Justin, and their daughter Luna. And I also met Julia.
Do you want to say anything to the YouTube audience?
I just want to say hi to Brayden, my husband. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then proceeded to only spend $16.92 at this Buc-ee's, which is basically like getting out of Buc-ee's for free. That's not that much money there.
That's a record, baby. Let's go. That's still a lot of money.
I then had a 50-minute drive to the next location, and Melissa, hey, where'd it go? George donated $150 and wore this Buc-ee's onesie, so please clap for him right now.
Sorry that I devalued the back of your shirt. Got a little signature on there.
And this is kind of around the time that things were getting really, really busy, and I was meeting a lot of different people, so I didn't write down the names of everybody I met. So if I forgot your name or I don't mention it in this video, it's not because I hate you. It's just because my feeble brain can't process everything very quickly.
Indiana Bones. and Agatha Barkness. Hi.
I will say though, it's a lot easier for me to remember dog names. Every time I saw a dog, it felt like they were my like temporary emotional support animal. And I'm also gonna need emotional support from looking at my credit card statement after this project.
I thought I would spend $0 in there, and I spent 14. They know how to get you. It's literally the second time I've been here in the past hour.
It almost makes me forget about that one time yesterday where I spent over $160 at one stop. After being indoctrinated for the billionth time on my drive with Buc-ee's billboards, I drove an hour and made it to the third of 4 stops on the day in Royce City, Texas.
And today's completely shocking twist. Every Buc-ee's looks the exact same.
Just like finance bros on Wall Street, except this place makes you lose money. I guess if you worked with a bad financial analyst, they could also make you lose money. In many spots of every Buc-ee's, trust me, I had a lot of time to check all of them, was a lot of stitched gear. I was mentally strong that day and didn't buy any of that said merch, but I'm not sure I'm gonna have the willpower to keep doing that.
Everyone, this is Gordon. He's 9 years old. He's a really good drummer. So if you ever need a drummer one day, Gordon's your man. I wish there was a drum set here because you could play, but that's okay.
In a very on-brand move for myself, I ate Buc-ee's fudge in my truck bed because it was overcast and the temperature was only 98 degrees Fahrenheit in Texas today, so it was nice to experience a cooler day. If you weren't picking up on that, it was extremely fucking hot. Alex brought over Molly, and it's her 10th birthday, so please say happy birthday to Molly.
Everyone, this is Alex. Alex, do you have anything to say?
Nah, subscribe to this dude. He has the best videos.
Subscribe. Free, please do it.
And the last stop of the day was Terrell, Texas, or is it Terrell? I feel like I don't remember if it's this one or if it's this one. So comment which one you think it is. Claire made me a cool sign and gave me some Stitch stickers.
That is what I'm talking about. Thank you very much.
And I know I just said that it's really hard to remember people's names, but if you give me something that has like Stitch memorabilia on it, odds are I'm probably going to remember your name. So thanks, Claire. As the face of male health, I got a salad and watermelon. But then as the face of being a professional dumbass, I got another Texas cheesesteak burrito and a blue cream soda. So that'll probably offset my healthy decisions, which stinks. Oh, and then I also massively detonated another Buc-ee's toilet. After avoiding getting brainwashed by the beavers in the Buc-ee's truck, I met more people and also Henry, the 5th wiener dog of the trip. That's like 1.6 Buc-ee's per wiener dog seen. That's like all-time records right there. I then went back in to destroy another toilet. Pepto-Bismol, please sponsor me. Since there was a car wash here and I've never gone to car wash at Buc-ee's before, decided it would be a pretty good time to do one or get one. Why did I say that? And yeah, it's pretty much just a regular car wash on steroids. Because just like anything else Buc-ee's does, it's over the top and ridiculously massive. Day 4 was a really great day, but to be honest with you guys, I didn't want to go to Buc-ee's anymore. I was sick and tired of seeing anything that had to do with the Buc-ee's, even like a logo or a sign or something like that. So I really just wanted to go back to my hotel room and just like open the windows, get some sunlight. What the? Is that another Buc-ee's sign?
I can't escape it.
I can't escape this bucking place.
Not feeling fantastic right now, physically or mentally. So I didn't even realize this like town was here. I thought I was just like in the middle of nowhere, but this is like an actual town. And I want to run through it until it's like dark, because running makes me feel better.
And we've gone too far while chasing our stars. Embers and my cigar will burn and we learn to fly. Whoa, baby, if I could be anywhere else right now.
3 miles.
And after running away from my problems for 3 miles, I did feel better mentally. That's right, kids. You don't have to face your problems if you just run long enough. Physically, I was cooked. This wasn't supposed to be like a challenge where I only ate at Buc-ee's, but unfortunately, because I was going to so many Buc-ee's locations, it ended up being that I would only eat at Buc-ee's. Since I haven't worked out much the past 4 days, I walked another 3 miles, did some editing, and then finally went to bed. Just kidding, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and stayed up way too late. I don't get myself ever. It's day 5, and I still have 10 more days after today on this trip. How the hell am I going to do this? I did more working out things and made another daily recap video, which was challenging.
I also stumbled upon the first Baptist church ever. Are you serious?
Even though I was traveling to different parts of Texas, all roads led to Buc-ee's. It was like I was in Groundhog Day doing the same thing over and over and over again. And to prevent me from just totally spiraling, I had to think of something quick to help me out. But as I was thinking, I accidentally went too fast over a speed bump. So that didn't work. I had 4 more beavers to be inside today. No, wait, excuse me. 4 more beaver-themed gas stations to be inside today. Sorry. But fortunately for me, my commute to the first one in Ennis was only 4 minutes long, which many people like myself would say is an extremely long time. Hannah gave me a Stitch backpack. It does not fit me very well because I am 6'6", but I will still hold on to it. Thank you, Hannah. And I was also greeted with merch-wearing real ball knowers.
They're the best looking shirts. They're fantastic.
I don't even know what to say about people that get my merch. Like, I have 2 things that come to mind. The first one is, thank you so much. The second one is, are you okay? And after going to the bathroom again, as I naturally do here, I got a little temptation to look at the USA Stitch t-shirts again. And yeah, I guess I just set myself up for this. I'm in denial.
Okay, very successful first stop today. 1 down, 3 to go. We gotta keep moving.
Ooh, look, the first body of water I've seen in like 3 days. A 50-minute drive led me to the Hillsboro, Texas location.
Huh. Wasn't I just here?
I've come to learn in my time in Texas that everything is bigger here and that driving through this state is not for the weak. That is me. My name is I'm Weak. After almost going over to eat this building because I was confused.
Oh. I thought they were actually nutrition facts. They're not.
I got gas and I didn't take the pump with me this time. Basic things that everybody can do besides me. I met Blake, who made a cardboard sign for me to help raise money for Onyx and his animal shelter.
Thank you for the sign. 10 out of 10.
Let's do some snaps this time. Let's snap for Blake. Blake told me to get a milk chocolate Buc-ee bar, and I did because I don't have any willpower. Oh, and I also spent $47 here somehow. And it was so hot outside that 5 minutes later, the bar completely melted.
It is soupy.
Oh my god.
Should I still try it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh.
Good flavor. I'm done. I'm gonna count how many billboards I've seen because I've already seen 3, and I literally just left. I'm not gonna lie, totally forgot to keep track of it. Lost track after 11 and then just like zoned out. So that's my bad.
Third stop of the day was in Temple, Texas. I am so done with going to Buc-ee's in Texas. No offense to Texas, like, I just need to be in a different state. Like, I've been here too long. It feels like I'm just going in circles. And actually, if you look at the map, I kind of am. Trey is a Houston Texans fan, and he was making fun of me because they have totally ruined the Browns franchise.
I bet you're still upset about that Browns loss against the Texans, aren't you?
Well, and you guys got Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but at least you don't have Deshaun Watson anymore.
That's well, congrats for you guys. God, rubbing it in.
He also had a take that I'm sorry I could not get behind.
This dude said that Phineas and Ferb was 10 times better than SpongeBob.
I mean, it's true.
10 times?
Yeah, 10 times better.
Cap of the day. Cap.
Capital of the day.
Cap of the day.
I drove 2 more hours and passed time by thinking about why thaw and unthaw literally mean the same thing. What are we doing, Merriam-Webster? And got to Madisonville, where I was saddened to not meet anybody there named Madison. You think you know a town.
What's up, Buc-ee? Long time no see. I saw you in Auburn a couple times. No one's really around you, so I think I'm just gonna take a picture if that's cool.
I did, though, get a chance to finally take a pic with the Buc-ee statue for our annual Christmas card photo. Zach and Caroline came to hang out for a bit and walk with me through this Buc-ee's, which is actually the smallest Buc-ee's I had been to at this point. And yes, a small Buc-ee's is kind of an oxymoron, but there are actually Buc-ee's that are so small, it is aggressive and possibly illegal. And I would be going to a lot of them in a couple days in what I would call the Buc-ee's Gauntlet, which I will explain later. Didn't think I was doing too bad, but nope, I spent $34.68 somehow. I then drove about an hour or so to College Station, the home of Texas A&M University, where I'd spend the evening at an Airbnb. Now, at this time, I wasn't feeling great mentally for 2 reasons. First, have you seen what I've been doing?
Going on a little evening run before the sunset, maybe a little bit after. See that one person that hates seeing me work out? You're not gonna like this part.
Yeah, goddamn, she got a
Pretty face,
but she don't want
anyone to know.
She hit me up like,
Come out to my place.
but she just wanna keep it on the low, low, low.
Man, it's hot here. Oh, I'm in the mood for some Mexican food. Let's see if there's something open.
Unfortunately for me, it was a Monday in the summer of a college town and not much was open. So the Mexican food I'm referring to was Taco Bell. Yeah, I'm kind of an idiot. I went to a couple bars in downtown College Station to get some fruit in me, watched the NBA Finals, and went to bed to do it all over again in the morning. I know this is for a good cause. I'm not sure why I thought this project would be a good idea.
Good morning. It is a beautiful day in Texas. I feel really great about this trip. A couple days ago, I was miserable. Now I feel amazing. I'm excited to see people on the road and excited to see Buc-ee's. 5 of them today.
Today was my last day before going through the dreaded 2-day Buc-ee's Gauntlet, aka going to 20 Buc-ee's locations in a 2-day stretch. Now, I've been at 12 locations currently, and after today adding 5 locations on, that's 17. Shout out math. And then I'm going to 20 in 48 hours. So, good for the plot, not so good for me.
I've met a person at every location that has subscribed to me. I feel like this one, there's a shot that I won't. But now that I said that and I put it out into the universe, there might be a lot of people now.
No. Past me was correct. I didn't meet anybody at this location. Because the Giddings, Texas location had an egregious problem with it.
Look at this thing. That's it. This is it. This is the smallest Buc-ee's I've ever seen. This is unbelievable.
It was a normal sized gas station. And I'm sorry, but Buc-ee's shouldn't be normal. I don't even think this should count. Like, this shouldn't even be legal. Like, if you're not overstimulated in a Buc-ee's, what's the point? I'm also driving hours upon hours to go to these locations. They should be massive. And even worse, they had no custom Giddings, Texas souvenirs. In fact, I learned that all these small locations would not have any custom souvenirs either. So I decided to get a gold nugget bubblegum item, which looked really cool and only costed $1.61, and write the city I got it from and count that as my souvenir.
Pen doesn't work. We will do Sharpie later. This is my souvenir from here. This should be illegal.
Fortunately for me, I am the human genius, and I do quick. I'm a genius, and I really think quickly on my feet.
Good news, checked off a Buc-ee's gas station very quickly. The bad news, that Buc-ee's gas station shouldn't even count as a gas station. Even worse news, I guess that's not even the smallest one I'm gonna go to.
But enough about complaining about the size of a beaver.
Hey, yo.
Themed gas station. Can you please let me finish
Hey, yo.
my sentence? Thankfully, the Bastrop, Texas location was back to being normal size. That was real scary, you guys. That was close.
Bastrop, or however you pronounce this place. I have no idea.
I then was presented with the opportunity to buy a t-shirt that I did not need again. And since none of my caretakers were with me on this trip, I bought it. I didn't meet any people at this location, but at the next stop, New Braunfels, I met so many people, I couldn't even believe it. Lindsay and Lacey made a sign for me and gave me a Stitch toy holding a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, which actually might be the most me-coded thing of all time.
Pepto sponsor Sir Yacht.
And I wish I was kidding, but over the duration of this entire trip, I was gifted 10 different things of Pepto-Bismol. I should, again, probably go see a gastroenterologist. If you buy the merch, you'll be in the video. I have no choice. And I got to meet so many people that honestly, it was so surreal. I couldn't even process it at the time.
Kim, you work here, and you came here on your off day to say hello. You are the best person ever.
Like, other than the person that invented Crocs, like seriously, all they had to do was put a bunch of holes in a shoe and charge more for it. I am the luckiest person ever, so thank you.
You guys are from Germany. I'm gonna make up a lie right now. They flew here to say hello to me.
It made this trip a lot easier because I'd be going to 54 Buc-ee's locations. Again, that is the point of the video. Oh, and speaking of which, I had to figure out what I was going to do for the final Buc-ee's location in Brunswick, Georgia. I said I was going to go to it July 1st after I went to the grand opening of the one in Virginia, but I just don't want to really drive anymore. So since I will pass it, I'll already be going through it from one Buc-ee's to another, I'm just going to show up and see if they'll let me in. We'll see what happens. More on that later. More stuff was bought, more friends were made, more diarrhea, and I still had 2 more locations to go to that day, so let's keep moving. And the next stop just so happened to be the world's largest Buc-ee's and also the world's largest gas station.
I heard there are 150 gas pumps here, and I haven't been counting, but yeah, it's about 150.
That location is home to Luling, Texas. I'm definitely not saying that word right. But anyways, this place is, yeah, it's massive. Every time I'm in a Buc-ee's, I'm just like, wow, this is really big. And also why? Also, I want to shout out to Tyler M. The biggest donation I received, $515. Tyler, whatever your last name is, it could be M. I'm not sure. I just doubt it's just M. Thank you.
Damn, I don't need it, but I might get a shirt at the world's largest Buc-ee's.
Ty and Grayson met up and let me be there for baby Tate's first ever Buc-ee's experience. And your first Buc-ee's experience, it has to be up there with a baptism.
It's hard to take in, Tate. I get it. I'd be speechless too.
Brandon and Brianna, thank you for the merch and the Buc-ee's cooler.
I'm nervous. This might be a small one. Yep.
I then drove 2 hours to my final stop of the day, Port Lavaca, Texas. And damn it, I drove all this way for another small Buc-ee's.
Tough scenes, but still a Buc-ee's, so we'll make the most of it.
These Buc-ee's don't have a lot in comparison to the bigger ones, but I still somehow spent $14 here. My lack of financial responsibility sees no size.
All right. Time to go to the Airbnb. Man, I'm so sorry for being such a bummer here. Like, I was freaking Eeyore out here. I promise I'll be better tomorrow. I actually can't control this because I already recorded this. This is like way into the future, but I think I'm in a better mood tomorrow. I don't know.
So I ended up driving to my Airbnb because I really needed to do laundry. Like I was a smelly boy. While that was happening, I got a bite to eat on the Gulf Coast at a cool divey spot. I came back to fold my laundry and I realized I wasn't going to fall asleep anytime soon. So I kind of made not the greatest decision and drove 2 hours through the middle of the night in the middle of nowhere, Texas.
Does that make sense to everybody that I was too tired to fall asleep? Of course it doesn't fucking make sense. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Like the only things I saw were oil rigs that looked like dystopian cities and like grass. I started to like hallucinate and stuff. Like I even saw roads that said this way and that way. Oh wait, no, that's literally what the roads were called. But after driving for a couple hours, I got to my hotel and I ended up going to bed.
See you tomorrow for day 7.
I have a feeling that off in the distance right here, that's like a sewage plant.
Do you want to know why I'm guessing that right now? Because it smells like shit.
On day 7, I woke up and walked on the grass near a highway, but it was the only time I could exercise outside since it was a calm 93 degrees.
I'm going to every Buc-ee's to race. I'm going to every Buc-ee's.
My brain was not working during my daily recap videos as the lack of sleep and also the amount of driving I've done was taking its toll on me. But the previous 6 days would be nothing in comparison to the Buc-ee's Gauntlet I was about to be gauntleting. 20 Buc-ee's in 2 days, and we got 11 of them today. Cue the 11 Buc-ee's in 1 day montage.
Melissa, you're in the video. Anything you want to say?
Welcome to Buc-ee's.
Welcome to Buc-ee's. That's good. Thank you for making these. You want to be in the video?
Yeah.
Hello. This is where it all started, baby. The OG Buc-ee's. I mean, this is history right here.
Gotta love a good montage. It's just like, it's so much easier to edit. One thing that was pretty cool is I got intel from a manager at the Buc-ee's in Brazoria named his sister told him about me because she watches the videos. She's a real ball knower. And he told me about an abandoned Buc-ee's down the street.
Oh, that's it. Oh my God, I see it. Wow. Look at this. It's literally an abandoned Buc-ee's. Is crazy. Hey, can I get some beaver nuggets? Just kidding, it's abandoned.
This Buc-ee's was a lot like my brain. Not here right now and potentially has asbestos in it. Why did I write that? At this point, we also raised a little less than $7,000, so it kind of gave me a lot of energy to know that all this degenerate Buc-ee sightseeing was going to a good cause. After running a few miles at a park near my hotel and going to the annual duck meetup convention, which was happening here, I went to bed and then I woke up for day 8, aka part 2 of the Buc-ee's Gauntlet montage.
Hey Scott, you're in my YouTube video. Sorry you couldn't be here. What's up, guys? Pepto-Bismol.
Of course.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
I was wondering if you could sign a can of sardines for me.
Yes, I will sign a can of sardines for you. Are these cherry tomatoes? I have had approximately 0 fresh things on this trip. Straight from the garden, 15 out of 10. Sorry to be a harsh critic.
And just like that, I've been to 37 Buc-ee's in 8 days.
I just wanted to apologize. There was a lot of people I met, and I couldn't put everybody in the video. There were just too many people I met. I couldn't believe it. So thankful if you showed up and donated. Thank you so much. Please don't hate me if I didn't put you in the video. I'm sorry.
I received the most gifts by far today. Like, it was like Christmas for me. A Southern beaver-themed gas station mega corporation Christmas, if you will. Lewis gave me a PSA 10 gas leak card, which was crazy. But then the most important wrinkle into this montage today is that I met his dog Pancake. A wiener dog, the 6th wiener dog of the trip. I will hold anybody's wiener.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Within a blink of an eye, I'd been to 69 nice % of the Buc-ees so far, and with only 17 to go, felt pretty good. I think. Wasn't feeling great, not gonna lie. I felt like shit. And I can prove this to you because my brain wasn't working as I forgot how treadmills work. That's embarrassing.
Another day, another Buc-ee's.
I was leaving Texas today, but first I went to my last Texas stop, this Buc-ee's in Baytown. I received this doll with a Buc-ee shirt on it, and I'm not gonna lie, I completely fumbled the bag here. I didn't write down the names of the people I met, and I also don't know what this doll's called, so my bad. Even though you were an absolute behemoth to drive through Texas, I received so much love and support, and on a trip that could be totally isolating, I didn't feel alone at all. The Lone Star State's gonna always have a very special place in my heart. I don't know which side it is on, but the heart is somewhere. I was out of Texas now and driving through Louisiana, and you know what they say, when you're in the Bayou State, you gotta get some BJs. No, PJs. What? How was I supposed to know? Oh, because I wrote the script? I then sat in 2 hours of Baton Rouge traffic. Hot take, Baton Rouge shouldn't have traffic. That's wild. And after 7.5 hours on the road, I made it to a Buc-ee's that didn't exist 10 days ago. The brand new one in Pass Christian, Mississippi. I met a lot of cool subscribers and we went on a really fun field trip, which just entailed them awkwardly watching me get food and spending a lot of money here. I'm really sorry, guys. Didn't really think that one through.
900 calories in the Texas cheesesteak burrito. You gave me this information. I am highly disappointed. And then what did you say? You said
it doesn't count if you don't look at it.
That's so true.
Everyone was so happy at this Buc-ee's, like the workers, the people there. It was almost like their souls hadn't been completely sucked by the corporation yet. That was a joke because I've been to 39 Buc-ee's currently. After a quick Christmas photo shoot with my Mississippi family I just met 10 minutes ago, I totaled up the tab of what I got there and I only spent $44.52. Can this please be a tax write-off?
Somebody gave me like rosary beads and that was so nice. So whoever did that, thank you. That really means a lot to me.
With one more stop on the night, I drove through Mississippi to Robertsdale, Alabama, where I was greeted by another field trip squad, including Austin and his dad, who waited 14 hours to meet me.
You just said you've been here for 14 hours. Yeah. 14, 1-4. Almost 14. Why?
Now, I could have just stayed in the area at a hotel that night, but since I've just been accustomed to driving in the middle of the night, I did that. And also because I got offered a free stay at my friends Paige and Thomas's in Auburn, who I met in a Buc-ee's parking lot in November when I ate at Buc-ee's every hour for 24 hours. You know what they say, the best friendships are the ones that they're in the parking lot of a Buc-ee's. They don't say that. So after driving 3 hours at night through rural Alabama, I got to Paige and Thomas's spot in Auburn, and that's when I realized that Thomas fell asleep, and I had to get a hotel. It's all good though, because Thomas felt bad and he said he was going to make me homemade Skyline chili to make up for it the next day. And you guys know how much I love Skyline chili. The next day I woke up in Auburn because I drove there last night, so obviously I would wake up here, where my first 2 Buc-ee's videos were filmed. Why am I burping so much? I met an absurd amount of people at the Auburn location and dogs, including Goose and also Buford, the 7th wiener dog of the trip. At this point, I'm just going to embrace it. I will hold your wiener. Give me your wiener. Sorry. Sorry. I also bumped into AJ and Rebecca, who I became good friends with the last time I was here in this parking lot. Apparently, I just make a lot of friends in this parking lot.
Thank you. And this, what does this say again?
Toilet obliterator.
That's unbelievable. Well, I wanted everybody else to hear it.
And also my good friend Mason.
Oh, it's a video.
It's a video.
The vibes were absolutely high in Auburn that day. It was such a great day. I went back to Paige and Thomas's to rest, and oh my goodness, I completely forgot that they have 2 wiener dogs, Luppy and Nova, the 8th and 9th wiener dogs of the trip. Thomas's homemade Skyline chili was so good it made me want to do karate, and I don't even know how to do karate.
What are you doing? Food? You looking for food?
Also, I just wanted to say, you never know what'll happen in a Buc-ee's parking lot. You might make lifelong friends that invite you to their wedding next year. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, friends.
We had an elite time hitting the town that night, including going to Sky Bar. Real ball knowers know. I was kind of disappointed because the acoustic cover band wouldn't play Freebird when I showed it to them on my phone.
Hi, Luppy. kind of,
The morning of day 11, Paige, Thomas, and I, the best third wheel ever, went to Big Blue Cafe and got some bagels. 2 meals that weren't from fast food or Buc-ee's, but that was going to change again really quickly because I had to go to 4 more locations today. The day off is over.
Whoever gifted me this Pepto-Bismol, thank you so much. I really need it right now.
First location today was in Leeds, Alabama, and it was so crazy I was thinking to myself, this place is a zoo. Welcome to the zoo.
This place is a zoo today. Welcome to the zoo.
I met a few real ball knowers, dropped in an exorbitant amount of dough on unnecessary Buc-ee's items, and the lines for the bathrooms were so long, I decided to just say f it and pee in a nearby field. The next stop was in Athens, Alabama, where I met an Instagram famous mastiff named Hector.
Hector, you're a beast. Oh my gosh.
And his super good boy brother named Max. I also met Milo, who threw up before this in the car and still managed to come out here and say hello. I definitely will be throwing up in my car at some point on this trip, so I appreciate the inspiration to keep going. After my toilet destruction, wallet destruction, brain destruction, and no destruction of a gas pump again, I drove through the beautiful northern Alabama and Georgia countrysides to Calhoun, Georgia for the next, it was the next stop. Like you get the point.
Rocky, what are you doing? You look so photogenic right now. I love it. Oh, no way. This is so cool.
Colin made a Lego version of me and Onyx. You can tell it's me because it says professional dumbass. Look, it's Onyx. This is so cool. Thank you, Colin. And my friend Mackenzie pulled up and made dog cookies for Onyx.
Can I eat them or no?
You can.
Not gonna lie, I might have consumed one of those to see if it was good or not. It was. And also, Eric is a future Olympic swimmer, which is the exact opposite of my content. And then I drove through Atlanta to the final Buc-ee's of day 11 in Warner Robins, Georgia.
Is that a Buc-ee's? Well, might as well go, I guess, while I'm here.
And I only spent $17. How did I spend $17? I literally just walked in. Andrew didn't want to be in the video, and I'm a scholar, so I blurred his face out. The man just really showed up to say hi for the love of the game. So yeah, thanks. And just like that, 45 Buc-ee's down and 9 to go. Also, we hit the $10,000 fundraising goal. Thank you so much, anybody that donated to the Animal Charity of Ohio. So appreciated.
It's been a great day, a long day. It's time to go to bed. Good night.
There's only 3 days left on this trip. And then I'm going to retire from going to Buc-ee's immediately. On day 12, I had to go to 2 Buc-ee's in Florida.
Also, out of curiosity, would you guys watch a video where I relaxed and did nothing for a week?
So on the way there, since I didn't have too many opportunities to eat healthy, I wanted to. Please pretend Chick-fil-A is the healthiest food that's ever existed. The first stop of the day was in St. Augustine, Florida. Ainsley and Abby waited 2.5 hours to say hello. And they also told me I missed the chicken limo, which was crazy.
Chicken limo? What the heck is a chicken limo?
What was even crazier is I met the person that owned the chicken limo and the guy didn't tell me. Top 5 anime betrayals of all time. The beavers were whispering things to me again, which was scary. And then I drove down to Daytona Beach, Florida. Vincent gave me a Bass Pro Shops hat.
No way.
Even though I'm still scarred from going to the Bass Pro Shops pyramid for 24 hours. I appreciate you. I also got a Stitch fanny pack, which was sensational. I did forget the names of the people that gave it to me, but thank you to whoever gave it to me. I also signed a McDonald's bag and a fried chicken sandwich wrapper, and I didn't break another gas pump. And on my way up through Georgia again, I got some weird news, or I guess like non-news. Buc-ee's never got back to us on any special access that they would give us, and I really just didn't want to come back down here, so I just said, F it. I'm just gonna show up and see if they'll let me in. On the way there, I met my online friend Nick, his wife Lacey, and their beautiful baby daughter Emily. Please put that photo in your Christmas card, Nick. I was feeling really loved, and wait, what is that?
I can't escape it!
I felt this strong, ominous foreshadowing from that Buc-ee sign. There's no way that they're gonna let me in. But you know what? I've come way too far just to be turned down so easily. So a beaver's gotta do what a beaver's gotta do. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's the whole point of the video. Oh my God, there's somebody. I think there's somebody here, like security. Hi. Good, how are you? I do not work here. Would I be able to get a picture? Okay, they're letting me take a photo here.
Security lady at the front of the building and the manager both let me take photos and videos at the Buc-ee's. And let me tell you guys, being the only person at a Buc-ee's is insane. But for this stop to officially count,
there's one more task at hand. I gotta get a souvenir.
So I went back up to the manager to ask if I could get one.
Just wanted to say thank you very much. I appreciate it. I have one more question. You could say no. You could say no. I'm trying to get a souvenir from each spot. Is there a possibility that I could get a Brunswick magnet?
Brunswick magnet, unfortunately, no.
Damn it, this might not count. But I'm not going to let anybody gaslight me into it not counting, even though I'm the one that made the rules around here and said I would go to all 54 Buc-ee's and get a souvenir at each spot. So damn, please forget the thing I said about giving 100%. Let's just roll with 99%. Despite not capturing a souvenir and letting my entire audience down, the vibes were still high. I did manage to get to that Brunswick Buc-ee's, and that was good enough for me. I still slept soundly that night at my hotel in Florence, South Carolina, which just so happens to have the next Buc-ee's location on this trip. I only have 2 more days to go. Well, actually, I have 3, but I have 2 days of this big Buc-ee's trip, and then I'm taking a fucking break because I need one, and then I'm going to the Virginia Buc-ee's location for my final Buc-ee's.
All right, another day, another Buc-ee's. Only 5 more, thank God.
Paul is from Ohio and a fellow Buckeye and brought her dog Roger, who is a mixed dog that has wiener dog in him. So technically, I have met the 10th wiener dog of the trip. Double-digit wieners.
You came 4 hours away to say hello, so I feel incredibly obligated to put you in the video, so thank you. I appreciate you.
During my 5-hour drive to the next stop in Sevierville, Tennessee, the perfect thing that could have happened right then and there happened. I had to take a 2-hour detour through the mountains in North Carolina and Tennessee, and my phone was completely disconnected. And you're probably thinking, oh, you're a content creator. You're always on your phone. How are you going to survive without it? You're probably right most of the time, but not this time. Because it was just me and nature, nothing else. And it was like the best thing ever. No distractions, no worries, no Buc-ee's. It was pure bliss. Because of no phone connection on this drive, I finally was able to do something I hadn't this entire trip. Enjoy the things around me. But let me tell you, everybody, there's not anything more unsettling than going through some of the most beautiful places you can, only to then arrive at your 50th Buc-ee's location. Oh well. Fun while it lasted. I got a car wash because, you know, when in Rome.
Car wash. Whoa, whoa, yeah. I got a fucking car wash.
Aaron and Kendall got me a cool Tennessee Volunteers shirt. Pretty cool. Just don't tell any of my friends at Auburn or Ohio State. Morgan and Trent wore the merch, generational merch.
Wow, you guys got married and then your honeymoon was to come see me. That's so nice. Just kidding. Congratulations, though.
And they also got me a stitch towel and, most importantly, Pepto-Bismol. And I only spent $92.98 here. I can also say I legitimately went to 50 Buc-ee's locations. Please ignore what happened at the Brunswick, Georgia location. Please. I also want to shout out my friends, the Slater family. They raised $201. They also wrote a note and we wanted to give back. We made and sold popsicles, yachtsicles. Thank you to Joey and the Animal Charity of Ohio for loving on animals so much. God bless. Guys, what are you doing? You trying to make me cry? It's not going to work. Because I already cried earlier when I read it the first time. I drove about 90 minutes to a hotel near my first location tomorrow and didn't fall off the treadmill this time. Hooray! And it was day 14 of the trip.
It's the last day of the trip. Kind of. Woo.
Where I'd only have 3 more locations to go until I could take a break, and then I had to go to one more. Fuck. You know what? I'm in the mood for one more Buc-ee's montage. Kick it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There he is.
Bill met up with me at the final location of the contiguous trip.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. I miss you, man.
Where he may have had a panic attack because he's never been to one before, and I didn't really warn him what it would be like.
Oh my God. Whoa. There's so many people in here.
The beavers were whispering things to me again, and Bill couldn't hear it. But you know what? It was totally fine. Why even fight it at this point? Bill got the pleasure of also destroying a Buc-ee's toilet.
You're about to have your first Buc-ee's bathroom experience.
Just kidding, he eats like a normal person. And I got to ask him what his thoughts were about the whole experience.
How's your first Buc-ee's experience?
It was pretty terrible. I'm kidding, it was good.
Did you have a panic attack?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being had.
Thanks for coming inside.
Thanks for being inside.
That night I drove 5.5 hours back to Cleveland.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
And I got to take a 4-day break before going to the final location. And unfortunately for me, that break went by faster than a rumor in a small town. Because before I knew it, it was Monday, June 30th, the grand opening of the Harrisonburg, Virginia Buc-ee's location. And I had to drive 6 hours down there, do, you know, the Buc-ee stuff, and then drive 6 hours back by myself. Or did I?
Hey, how's it going? Hey. Well said.
I didn't actually, because my best friend Randy volunteered to drive me in his truck there and back. Him and his wife Natalie love Buc-ee's, and he also wanted to help me out since he knew how much of a mental toll this trip was. Everybody needs a friend like Randy. Having Randy there made the entire day go by so much faster than if it would have been by myself. We may have picked a tremendously bad day to come here. This place is currently a zoo. So we'll see if we ever get in. I talked about every day of this video feeling like Groundhog Day, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Weirdly, there's some peace in it. No matter what was happening in the outside world, all I had to focus on was going to a bunch of Buc-ee's.
That's so nice. These are good shirts. Thank you. This is so sick. Wow.
What a blessing to be able to just worry about that. And also, Patrick and Sarah asked me to pick their future baby Jasper's middle name.
So Jasper, you're welcome.
Why am I helping name babies? And I got my customized souvenir at the final spot to prove once and for all that I've been to all 54 Buc-ee's locations to ever exist. In 2025, because 8 more locations are going in next year. But for now, on my drive home to Cleveland with Randy, I could be at peace because I've been to all 54 Buc-ee's locations, including the Brunswick, Georgia one. That counts, you guys. Leave me alone. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. How much money did I spend at all these Buc-ee's? It's a lot of money. Okay, drum roll, please. The amount of money I spent at all these Buc-ee's is...
I know what I like, baby.
Kidding. I never do that to you guys. The total amount of money I spent is $1,843.78, an average of $34.14 per stop. What? I'm not proud of it. I will say, though, that amount of money feels pretty high still for 53 locations. Like, it's almost like I spent money at 54 locations. 3 days before releasing this project, I took 2 flights down to Savannah, Georgia, and then drove an hour south to Brunswick, Georgia to do this video justice and get my final souvenir. Come on, you guys. You really thought I wasn't going to go back when they opened and get my final souvenir? I said multiple times during the video that I would give 100%. That's classic foreshadowing.
I got a souvenir from all 54 Buc-ee's. The haters are so down bad right now. What are they going to tell me now? Nothing. This is kind of messed up, isn't it?
I know what I like, baby. I like you. Miss American Pie with the high IQ. Oh my, I do. Just fly right through. We'll get high as the kite in the afternoon. Cause I know what I like.
You want to see what having a souvenir from every Buc-ee's looks like?
Okay, here it is. Definitely not a total waste of money.